Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Braves country meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from truest part to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat. Hopefully it's still your favorite place for Braves baseball. We've been on a brief hiatus. My apologies, guys. Last episode for the Chop Seat was May 18th, believe it or not. That's a long time. Today is Saturday, August 1st. We got a lot of catching up to do, guys. A lot of catching up. This is what happened. I'm going to be honest with you. You guys know I'm from New York, born and raised in New York City. I don't mess with any New York teams except for the New York Knicks and maybe the Rangers. I don't have any problems with the Rangers. Any other New York team, thumbs down. They suck. But the Knicks, man, the Knicks went on that magical championship run. I was all into that one, man. We even hit up the parade. It was crazy down there in New York. It was just nuts. So I was just deeply into that championship run, which took us through 2-3 months. That's how long the NBA playoffs run. So that happened, and then the World Cup happened, and I was actually watching some of these World Cup games on a daily basis. So I was into that. I was always keeping up with the Braves. It's not like I just stopped watching the Braves and stuff. I still kept on keeping track with how the guys were doing and stuff. But and just life just happened, man. I had a few things I had to take care of, so I was focused on that. But now Chop Seat should be back, and in order to give back, we're gonna have a nice little giveaway. I'll talk about that in a few. But we're gonna be giving out some tickets for a Braves home game. Depending on how much feedback we get, we might be giving out 2 pairs of tickets. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll give out the instructions later on, how to join the giveaway and all that good stuff. But let's catch up. Since the last Braves episode, the last Chop Seat episode, the Braves had a nice comfortable lead. It got up to 10 games in the National League East. Then the Braves started struggling a little bit. Phillies started playing out of their minds. The Marlins went on a crazy win streak at one point. The Phillies got up to 2 games. That lead went down to the Braves lead in the NL East went down to 2 games. Right, I think it was right at the All-Star break. But then today, after yesterday's win for the Atlanta Braves against the Washington Nationals and the Phillies losing again, the lead is back up to 8 games. 8 games, nice and comfortable lead there. We got another 2 full months of baseball to play for the regular season. And then we head into the playoffs, hopefully a long Braves playoff run. And it is the last weekend before the trade deadline also, which is something very exciting. We got to see what Alex Anthopoulos decides to do. The team obviously needs some help. They were running on fumes right before the All-Star break. The All-Star break honestly saved us because these guys are running on fumes. The pitching, especially the pitching, the bullpen's been getting taxed. Starters not going deep into ball games except for Chris Sale. He's been holding it down. Bullpen has been trying to hold it down. And they've been doing the best they can. Obviously, Robert Suarez went down as well, so he's still out. That puts a little bit of strain on the bullpen. Been bringing guys up and down just to try and fill these bullpen spots. Same thing with the position players as well. Acuna went down again after our last episode. Sean Murphy still on the IL. Spencer Strider was placed on the IL as well. Drake Baldwin also missed some time. Braves had to get Joey Bart. Had to make an acquisition there. So it's been crazy, guys. It's been crazy. But the Braves have found a way to still hold on to that first place spot in the National League East. But they need to bolster that that roster. Excuse me. They need to bolster that roster if they're going to make a deep playoff run. Because again, if you can see everyone's getting taxed, again, especially on the pitching side, you need to get at least another starter. I would say doesn't have to be an ace, but at least a number two. Get us a number two. Now we'll do with a number three, but like that, everyone else can move back, move a spot back, and bolster that pitching staff. If you can get two starters, that would be great. I was probably asking for too much. Anthopoulos is not going to do that. We need a nice right-handed hitter as well. Austin Riley has been struggling still. We thought I was catching flack on one of my videos before I went on a break. I was talking about Austin Riley. He needs to get moved down to 7th or 8th, even 9th, or just bench him for a few games. I was catching flack on that. That's exactly what's been happening. 2 months later, he was benched the other day. He has one good game. He has 5 bad games. And I actually went to go see the Braves. When was it? On Wednesday afternoon, the 1:00 game out in Citi Field. That was that's the day they had the doubleheader. And Austin Riley, man, I think he was 0 for 5 in that ball game. He came up to bat with a tying run on second, the top of the 9th with 2 outs. And I was hoping he can come through and get a base hit, get that RBI knock, tie up the ball game, let the game continue. But he ended up striking out. I believe it was Devin Williams closing the door, getting that save. But you could tell, man. You could tell by his swings, he is out of it, man. He's not confident up there. It's just kind of like, he's kind of just winging it. You don't see that confidence. Like he's going up there and he's ready to crush, man. You can see that you can tell. You can tell when he's going up there. It's kind of like he's already out, man, which is sad to see from such a player that has a lot of success in the majors. But he's just slumping this entire year, and it's pretty bad. Hopefully he's able to start fresh this month. It is August 1st, get a fresh start. But it has you wondering, would Anthopoulos be able to make a trade? I know Riley has a big contract, but would he be able to make that trade and get somebody else at third base? Would he even consider that is the question. We know Riley's a great guy. He's a fan favorite. But right now, you're not producing, man. And you got that big contract. Is there any way possible that Anthopoulos is able to make a move to, maybe get a player that's playing better at third base and get rid of that contract as well? I mean, who knows? I don't know. I don't even think he's considering that. I don't know if other teams would be considering that. You got to probably throw in someone else in order to do that. But yeah, I mean, hey, anything can happen during the trade deadline. Just don't move my boy Ozzy Albies. Don't trade him. I know it's his last year, the option year, but don't do something like that, because that will definitely kill the team chemistry. Ozzy's one of those guys. He's the glue, bro. He's the glue that holds everyone together. And he's been playing great this year. So yeah, just don't touch Ozzy, bro. Don't touch Ozzy. But the Braves that had guys come up also at short. Ha-Seong Kim, he was, I don't know what's going on with Ha-Seong Kim. He came up when he came up, and he was atrocious. He was looking like me up there taking swings, not doing good, and he went out. I think he's still in AAA rehab right now. I think his time is almost up to be able to be reactivated into the major league roster. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen there. Is Anthopoulos going to try and move him? I don't know if anyone would be interested in him, but would he be trying to move him? Maybe get a reliever or something for Ha-Seong Kim and someone else. Who knows? I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but we'll see. We'll see what Anthopoulos. Again, Anthopoulos, when it comes to making trades, he's a magician. He keeps everything close to the vest, no leaks, and he always makes a move that you're not expecting him to make. But again, we do need a right-handed bat that will, cause more of a threat in the lineup, because Austin Riley, he's not it right now when it comes to the right-handed batters. Obviously, you got Acuna. You got Ozzy when he's switch hitter. He's on the right hand side of the batter's box. But besides that, we don't have any big hitting righties right now. Again, it should be Austin Riley, but he's not there. Matt Olson, of course, a lefty. He's been raking. He's been carrying that offense. Drake Baldwin as well. He had a little bit of a slump there when he came back from his injury, but he close to the All-Star break, he started raking again. Right after the All-Star break, he got hot. He's been doing his thing. Michael Harris, again, another lefty. He's been doing his thing as well. So, I think we're good with the lefties. We just need a right-handed threat in the lineup, and Austin Riley is not in right now. So, interesting to see what Anthopoulos will do there. Maybe getting a right-handed outfielder to be able to be plugged into that the roster. So, despite the injuries, Atlanta put together one of the best stretches of baseball in late May and early June. They had excellent starting pitching. Chris Sale pitching like a Cy Young candidate. As always, Matt Olson continued producing in the middle of the lineup. That gave the Braves a nice, comfortable lead in the NL East. But then June slump. Everything slowed down. The offense disappeared for stretches of ball games. And let me just look at the record for the Braves in June, just to confirm that for you. But I remember I was catching up, and I was like, dude, like what is going on? It was just bad baseball being played by the Braves. It was just terrible. Let me just do the math here. Like they opened up in Toronto with 3 games. They did win that series. That makes it 2-1. They did win the series against the Pirates. They swept that one. So that made them 5-1 for June. That's what I said. Early June, it was fine. But after that, man, they started losing a lot of games. And obviously, we've seen worse stretches. But, compared to how the team came out of the gate, it was shocking to see. Then they ended up playing with the Chicago White Sox. They lost 2 games there. One of them was postponed. So that made it 5-3. They lose a series to the Mets. That makes them 6-5 for the month. They end up getting swept by the San Francisco Giants. What I just say, 6-5. So that puts them at 6-8. Then they win the series against the Milwaukee Brewers. They take 2 out of 3. Makes it 8-9. They get swept by the San Diego Padres, 8-12. They lose another series to the Giants. That is 9-14. And then they lose first game in St. Louis for the month, 9-15 there to end the month. So 9-15 June for the Braves. Probably their worst month all season. Good thing is they have turned it around. Like I said, after the All-Star break, they were crawling into the All-Star break too. But after the All-Star break, they have gone, let's see here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins after the All-Star break. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they've gone 10-5. Sorry, I'm just doing all this live, and I'm actually counting manually. So 10-5 after the All-Star break. So obviously 9-15, and that was in from the second week of June and on. I didn't even count the beginning of July, but that 9-15 stretch was the worst of the season for the Braves for the month of June. And then again, like I just said, they've gone 10-5 now after the All-Star break. They are currently in a series with the Washington Nationals, the best offense in baseball. They've still held on to that title. The Washington Nationals, all they need is some pitching, man. Hopefully everybody gets some pitching because they have some nice young players there. But the Braves, they have won the first 2 games of this 4-game set. They win tonight, 7:15 p.m. game. They will win this series against the Washington Nationals. They're off on Monday, and then they start another home series with the Miami Marlins starting Tuesday through Thursday. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting stretch. Again, we'll see Monday, the deadline. I believe it's at 6 p.m. That is the deadline for the trade deadline. So We'll see if Anthopoulos is able to make some moves before then, or he'll do it at 5:59. We'll see. It depends. Let me check my phone just in case while I'm recording this, make sure that no moves have been made, and no moves yet. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I just got a notification here an hour ago. Teams eyeing George Kirby. Mariners are listening to trade offers for the right-handed pitcher as well as Emerson Hancock and Luis Castillo. We'll see if the Braves are interested in one of those arms. You can't go wrong. Mariners have one of the best rotations the last few years, so snagging any one of those guys would be very, very interesting to see. Like I said, Austin Riley, you are now a Seattle Mariner. Just kidding. I love Austin Riley, bro, but it's just like, it's either, you're a pro, bro. You got to get with it right now. You got to get with it. And the clock is ticking right now. And honestly, I don't think we can win a short series when you have a spot, a guy like Austin Riley struggling like that. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough in a short series, playoff series at that. We'll see. You're playing the best of the best when it comes to the playoffs. You don't have any of these guys, coming up and getting a spot start, or one of these guys is one of the B guys coming out the bullpen. You're going to get the best of the best from each team. So, it's a big concern for me, Austin Riley, a big concern for him from his part. So I don't know. We'll see. One of those arms again will be nice. I think I just saw that there was a trade that was made earlier this morning. It was between the Brewers and the Guardians, Bo Naylor and Cody Hewer. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Heading to Milwaukee in exchange for Craig Yoho and Blake Perkins. So that was a move there. But yeah, we'll see what's going on there. But again, when it comes to the trade deadline, starting pitching is the number one priority. Also, getting another ballpark arm wouldn't be bad at all. And again, you need to upgrade the righty position player. You got Acuna. Obviously, he came back, and we got to see what he's going to be. He's been good so far, but he needs to stay healthy. Don't even go 100%, bro, until the playoffs start. Just cruise until we get there. Go 75%, 60%. Don't want you seeing getting hurt out there. We need you healthy for the playoffs. So yeah, those are my three places where the Braves can improve. So yeah, and we saw his impact when he just got back. Saw him out there in Queens. He looked fine. Chris Sale, dominance. He has looked like vintage Chris Sale. We need to see Chris Sale pitch a game one for the Atlanta Braves. That is something we have yet have a chance to see. You know what I'm saying? We got Chris Sale to be able to get a game one start during the playoffs in October. We have yet to see that. This needs to be the year where we're able to see that. Hopefully he can still continue to pitch the way he's been pitching, like that ace, and continue to stay healthy as well. Matt Olson, you can't say enough about this guy. He's been carrying the offense. Mr. Reliable out on the field, hitting home runs, clutch hits, and he's a leader. He's a quiet leader, but he is one of the leaders in that clubhouse. And Drake Baldwin, obviously before getting hurt, he was killing it. He did make an all-star appearance, his first of his career. Congrats to him. And then when he got back, man, he picked up right where he left off. He had that big offensive weekend after the all-star break. So good to see from him. Another great player. Hopefully everyone is able to stay healthy from here on out. What else did we see? Andrew Jones becoming a Hall of Famer. Congrats to him. I don't know why it took this long, which is insane. The best to ever do it out in center field that I ever saw. Best to ever do it out there with the glove. Ken Griffey was cool. He was nice with it. Jim Edmonds was another one. This dude was sick, making crazy plays. Torrey Hunter also was nice. But Andrew Jones, bro, come on. He's the best to ever do it defensively out in center field. I don't want to hear no ifs, ands, or buts. And he hit, 434 homers on top of that? With all the gold gloves, 10 straight gold gloves. Come on, bro. It shouldn't have taken this long for him to make it into the Hall of Fame. But congrats to Andrew Jones. And, okay, so since May 18th, which was the last Chopsy episode, The Braves have gone 33 and 30. 33 and 30. They're still above 500. That's including that bad stretch that I said. So still not a bad look for our Braves. They've been hanging on. Just again, like I keep reemphasizing, you got to make a move here, Anthopoulos. You got to make a move to bolster this roster because if this team is going to make a nice deep playoff run, that is what they're going to need: a starter, a bullpen arm, and a right-handed bat. Starter, bullpen arm, right-handed bat, in that order. I don't know if it's going to be a righty outfielder or righty infielder. I don't know. But we got to get that right-handed bat. And shout out to Jim Jarvis, man, who's been killing it. And Brewer Hickling, he was doing good, also filling in the time being. They came up, man, and they were doing their thing, man. And Jim Jarvis is still on the Major League club, and he's been doing his thing as well, holding it down. But yeah, the Braves still in first place. Again, that lead in the NL East went down to 2, but they brought it back up to 8 games. Nice and comfortable. Doesn't put too much pressure on Anthopoulos right now to make a move, but you still need to make that move. Again, the trade deadline is just a couple days away. Today's Saturday, August 1st, August 3rd, 6 p.m. Eastern time, I believe, is the trade deadline. And the biggest question is, will Alex Anthopoulos make another blockbuster move as he made in 2021 when he got all those outfielders and the Braves were able to go on that championship run? So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's look at the standings, guys, across the league just to catch you up with everything that's been going on. The Braves, obviously, I just said, they got that 8-game lead in first place. 65 and 45 record. They won 3 in a row. Phillies 57 and 53. They're 8 games back. 2 and 8 in their last 10. They've lost 4 in a row. Miami Marlins hanging on to a 500 record, 56 and 55, 9.5 back. Washington Nationals 55 and 56, 10.5 back. And the little bro New York Mets 47 and 64, 18.5 games back for them. Next in the NL Central, we got the Milwaukee Brewers leading that division 68 and 41. Chicago Cubs 62 and 48, 6.5 games back. Pittsburgh Pirates 55 and 56. St. Louis 54 and 56. Cincinnati Reds 52 and 57. I think the last time we made a podcast, we recorded a podcast episode, everyone in the NL Central was still above 500. As we see, that has changed. And then we go to the National League West. The LA Dodgers best record in baseball, 69 and 41. 11-game lead on the Arizona Diamondbacks, 58 and 52. Padres 56 and 54. Giants 47 and 63. That's over for them. Colorado Rockies 43 and 67, over for them as well. Then we head into the American League in the East. The Tampa Bay Rays leading the division 64 and 45, 2.5 games over the New York Yankees, who are 62 and 48. Boston Red Sox, I think they won 15 games in a row last month. They got hot. It was either 14 or 15. They are back into it. They are now 58 and 51, 6 games back. They still have a shot. Baltimore Orioles playing better baseball as of late as well. They are 54 and 56 now, 10.5 back. And disappointing team of the year, probably the Toronto Blue Jays, 51 and 59, 13.5 games back. 1 win away from winning the World Series. A few plays away from winning the World Series last year, but they find themselves in the bottom of the list there in the American League East. American League Central, anyone's division, honestly, and also the West, you will see why. Chicago White Sox are in first place right now, 58 and 51. Minnesota Twins, 56 and 55, 3 games back. Cleveland, I was about to say Indians. Cleveland Guardians with the same record, 3 games back. They're 3 and 7 in their last 10, though. Minnesota, 7 and 3 in their last 10. Detroit Tigers, 52 and 58, 6.5 games back. They're still not that far away, though. You know what I'm saying? People are saying that they might trade Tarek Skubal, but they're not that far off. 6.5 back. We'll see what happens with Tarek Skubal in the next upcoming days. Kansas City Royals, 46 and 65, 13 games back. And then in the American League West, 56 and 55, Houston Astros have come back. They are leading the division. They're leading with a negative 32 run differential. Look at that. 4 wins in a row. Texas Rangers right at 500. They're half a game back. They've lost 3 in a row. Seattle Mariners 53 and 58. 3 games back. They've lost 3 in a row. The Athletics 45 and 65. And the Los Angeles Angels 42 and 68. That gives them the worst record in baseball. Now, wild card picture looks as follows. You got the 3 division winners in the National League right now: Dodgers, Brewers, and Braves. Braves will not be getting a bye, though, as of right now. They will be having to play in that first round. Right now, the Chicago Cubs got the top spot in the wild card. Arizona Diamondbacks are in. Philadelphia Phillies with the last spot, and right behind them, the Padres 1 game back, Marlins 1.5, Pittsburgh 2.5, Nationals 2.5, St. Louis 3, and Cincinnati 4.5. So any of those teams still has a chance. I mean, mathematically speaking, the Giants, Mets, and the Rockies still have a chance as well. Giants 10 games back, New York Mets 10.5, Rockies 14 back. So again, mathematically speaking, there's still a shot for those teams, but from the Cincinnati Reds down, everyone still has a shot, or Cincinnati Reds up. Everyone still has a legitimate shot to make something happen. And then in the American League, the 3 division winners right now will be the Rays, White Sox, and the Astros. Yankees with the top wildcard spot. Boston Red Sox right behind them. And then Cleveland Guardians and Minnesota Twins will be tied for the last spot here. Everyone else still has a shot. Texas Rangers half a game back. Baltimore Orioles 1.5. Seattle 3. Detroit Tigers 3.5. And Toronto Blue Jays, they've been disappointing, but they still have a shot as well. They're 4.5. Then after that, it drops down a little bit. Royals 10, Athletics 10.5, and Angels 13.5. So from the Toronto Blue Jays up, again, these teams have a legitimate shot. So you have about 3 teams in each league who absolutely should be sellers. That's what makes everything difficult right now. You got 6 teams, all the other 24 teams, they still have a shot. So they cannot make that choice of being sellers right now. That would be terrible for their fan bases. So, that makes it tougher now to make some moves here for the deadline. You got only 6 teams out of the 30 that are already ready to hang it up. So, but yeah, it's going to make it a little bit difficult here, but we'll see in the next coming days if somebody goes on a losing streak and they consider themselves sellers as well. But, when it comes to that extra wild card spot now, a lot of teams have an extra chance, have more of a chance to still go out there and compete. So, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so we got to keep an eye on all that for this weekend. That's what we got to do for this weekend. But, I'm just happy that the chop seat is back. Let's see. We got a trade here. Yanks are trading Camilo Doval to the Pirates. It says the reliever is heading to Pittsburgh for 2 prospects. So there we go. Look, the Pirates. How far off are they? They are 2.5 back from that last wildcard spot. They are going for it, guys. They are not going to go down without a fight. Hopefully, Camilo Doval is able to inject some more energy into those guys. They're on a 4-game losing streak right now. But again, they made some great moves this offseason. Ryan O'Hearn, Brandon Lau. They definitely improved their team offensively. Obviously, you got Paul Skeens, you got some more young arms there as well. Now they're getting a little bit help there when it comes to the bullpen. So Camilo Doval has some great years with the San Francisco Giants. They're closing out ball games. So he's heading into that pitching staff. And again, Pirates, look, they're doing their thing. They want to they just 1 game under 500. So it seems like they're going to try and go for it this season. They are close, very, very close, just 2.5 games. You win 3 in a row and you're in it, baby. So we'll see what other moves continue to go down. But there's going to be a lot of moves, guys. It's probably going to be a lot of moves. That's what makes everything so exciting during this weekend. So listen, shout out to the Pirates. But that's a move we got to make too. We need to get another reliever to improve this ball club. Let me get a sip of this Polar. Shout out to Polar. I needed that, but yeah, shout out to Polar. I'll tag them in this episode. See if they send me at least send me a case, man. Send me something. Send me something about. But yeah, let me just remind you guys. Obviously, I've been yapping this whole time. Here you can see use code CHOPSEAT20 for $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. You want to go see the Braves make this deep playoff run. The dog days of summer are here. Go catch the Atlanta Braves. Go catch your favorite team. If the Braves aren't your favorite team, go catch your favorite team. I don't know. If the Braves are in town, you just came across this video. The Braves are in town. You want to go watch the Braves play against your favorite team? Go ahead and use code CHOPSEAT20, as you can see below, and you're going to save $20 off your first purchase. And thank you guys for continuing to use the code. Even though the show was not going on consistently, you guys were out there using code CHOPSEAT20, man. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. But listen, since you guys were patient, with the show not being on, since you guys were using code CHOPSEAT20 consistently throughout this whole time that the show was on a brief hiatus, we want to give back. The Chopsy wants to give back. We're going to do a Chopsy Braves ticket giveaway. We're going to give away 2 tickets to see the Atlanta Braves against the Colorado Rockies. That's going to be on Sunday, August 30th, 1:35 p.m. start time. Please make sure you're in the area so you can actually go catch the game and enjoy the tickets before joining the giveaway. Honestly, yeah, you got to be in the area so you can enjoy the tickets. And it's going to be pretty simple to enter the giveaway. Make sure you follow the Chopsy Pod on Instagram. That's step number 1. Then follow the Chopsy on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Like this post. There's going to be a post with this very video. This is going to be a short. Make sure to like this post. Make sure to repost and share to your story or your feed, and then tag 3 friends in the comments. That's going to be counted as an entry. And then as a bonus entry, let me know who your favorite all-time Brave is and why. You heard that right. Let me know who your all-time favorite Brave is and why. And then the winner of the giveaway will be announced on this show, on the podcast. So you got to be sure, make sure you're subscribed to the show. Make sure you're subscribed to the show where we get your podcast, your favorite podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, whatever other platforms you listen to your podcast. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following, because the episode that's dropped on Friday, August 14th, that is going to be where I announce the winner for the ticket giveaway. So those are the instructions. If you want, I'll review the instructions once again for the ticket giveaway. Here it goes. We're going to have a Braves ticket giveaway courtesy of the Chopsy. In order to join, make sure you're in the area so you can actually attend the ball game and enjoy the tickets. It's going to be 2 tickets for the game against the Colorado Rockies. That's going to take place on Sunday, August 30th at 1:35 p.m. In order to enter the giveaway, make sure to follow at the Chopsy Pod on Instagram. Make sure to follow at the Chopsy. That's on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Like this post, repost and share this post to your story or your feed, and tag 3 friends in the comments. That's going to count as a entry. And then as a bonus entry, tell us who your all-time favorite Brave is and why. Those are the instructions to join the giveaway. And the winner of the giveaway will be announced on this very podcast. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following the show wherever you catch your favorite podcast. It could be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any other platforms you listen to your podcast. The winner will be announced on this very show. It'll be announced on the Friday, August 14th episode. So make sure you're tuned in. It's open to anyone. If we have a lot of entries, we will be giving away another pair of tickets to the same ball game. So depending on how many entries we get, we might have another pair of tickets. So start going crazy. Start sharing this post. Start, tagging your friends. Maybe you're able to take one of your friends to the ball game. So that is all we got, guys, for this episode of the Chop Seat. We're going to continue to go series by series as we go forward, as we usually do. So we'll see if the Braves are able to get this series win against the Washington Nationals. And then we'll start talking some stats. We'll start talking some gameplay. This episode was just kind of to catch up a little bit with life and what was going on. Hopefully everyone's doing good on your end. But thank you guys for listening to this catch-up episode of the Chop Seat. And one last time, again, just a little simple reminder. If you want to go catch a ball game, catch a concert, catch a comedy show, wherever you want to do, the world is yours. Use code CHOPSEAT20 and you're going to save yourself $20 off your very first purchase on SeatGeek. Again, use code CHOPSEAT20 and you're going to save yourself $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is it for the Chop Seat. We'll make another episode on Monday, August 3rd. We're going to talk about the deadline, see what goes down. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And we'll see what Anthopoulos and the Braves are able to do to improve this roster that we want to see make a deep playoff run, make a championship run. So thank you guys. Stay safe. And we will see you next time on the Chop Seat.